this neighborhood, just one street over on Chestnut Street. So this neighborhood has just always been, a major part of my life, and I've always just want to do whatever I can to really help improve this neighborhood. A few years ago, I noticed this house being listed for sale via tax foreclosure, and I purchased it. I purchased it with my own money and decided, hey, I'm going to do something with this house one day. So it took a while, but eventually I decided that, now that I have the organization Kinston Teens and we're growing and doing so many great things in the community, maybe it would be a good idea if I donated the house to the organization, and we can do something for, the young people of Kinston with this house. And that's what I did in 2018. I donated the house to Kinston Teens, and we came up with the idea for the Kinston Teens Neighborhood Hub. One reason for that is because we do a lot of work in this neighborhood for my personal passion for this neighborhood, but also because there's such a great need for service work in the East Kinston neighborhood. There's such an impoverished part of this community. We're actually the #1 most economically distressed census tract in the state of North Carolina. This neighborhood is. So it's such a significant need for work to be done over here. And I figured we do a lot of our work over here, but our office is currently downtown. So it would be good for us to have a hub here in the neighborhood that we serve so much, and that's what our plan is for this space. So we were fortunate to be afforded a $50,000 grant from Facebook through their community leadership program that actually is helping to fund this renovation project. So we've partnered with Hope Restorations here in Kinston to kick it off, and our plan for this space is for it to be a fun and vibrant space for young people to come and hang out, to have access to internet and video games and technology resources right here in their own neighborhood, for us to be able to serve the community and host events, whether it's financial literacy events, community cookouts, or resource fairs, things to bring this neighborhood together right here at a vibrant central space in the East Kinston neighborhood. Kinston Teens is a nonprofit I started back in 2014, so this year marks 5 years since we've been in this community, an amazing group of young people, I can say, doing so much to empower our peers, get involved in local government and make our voices heard, and volunteer some of everywhere, at schools and churches, doing street cleanups and community beautification projects. So we do a lot of hard work in the community just trying to make this a better place, and I think this is definitely going to be a silver lining and the cherry on top to some of our work we've done in the last 5 years. Yeah. I see this space really being the focal point or the start of so much more community development in the surrounding neighborhood. There's so many vacant lots right around this house. That present a really great opportunity for us to do some community gardening work outside, maybe even putting a basketball court or something out here. There's also the potential of other neighbors and homeowners in this area to start developing their homes and trying to brighten up and beautify the neighborhood. So I do see that impact happening within 3 years. I'm also seeing the young people of this community and this neighborhood specifically getting more civically engaged just from the fact that Kinston Teens has a space right here down the street from their home, and they can come and find out about volunteer opportunities, or maybe have some meet and greets with the mayor or city council members right here in their neighborhood. So those are awesome plans that I see happening with this space in the next 3 years. So one thing is volunteer. Coming up this summer and throughout the fall, our plan is for this space to be finished definitely by our 5-year anniversary in October, but sometime in September. So we need volunteers, all the volunteers we can get to come and help us do painting work, cleaning up outside and landscaping, putting down flooring on the inside, stuff like that. We need all the volunteers we can get. We also need funding. This is a 100-year-old home, over 100 years old, I believe. So we're going to need some money to help really, push this renovation to the next level. That $50,000 unfortunately won't cover everything, but so we do need additional funding for the renovation, as well as furniture and donations and any other resources that people can provide. Yeah. This is my passion. I love this community so much. I love helping and serving other people. The very first service project I organized actually was, I was 8 years old, and I did a street cleanup in this neighborhood. These two streets, Chestnut Street, Tower Hill Road, and Atkins Street. My aunt and I went door to door, cleaning up, letting the neighbors know that we were going to have a street cleanup project. And one Saturday morning we got out and cleaned up all the litter on the streets and had a little community cookout at our house. So that was the very first service project I organized when I was just 8 years old. So this has just always been my passion. Yeah, so my vision for Kinston is for this to be a community where everyone is thriving, especially our young people. And with all the hurricanes we've had, with how impoverished our community is, and the lack of some industries and jobs leaving, especially in like the 90s and early 2000s, we experienced a lot of loss. I'm seeing that to really turn around now, especially my teenage years. Like some of the pictures and stuff I even see from when I was 4 or 5 years old, things look totally different in such a good way now that I'm 18 and 19 years old. So I'm seeing lots of changes, and I just want that change to continue. I want everyone to have opportunities to get employed and be employed right here in our local community. I want the people in our local community to be able to work and live in their neighborhoods. So if you live on one part of town, you shouldn't have to commute to the other side of town for a good, nice paying job. So jobs being abundant, educational opportunities being abundant, and young people knowing that they can and will make a difference here in Kinston. And if they go away for college, that Kinston is a great place to come back home and work and raise a family. That's a huge honor to be recognized on such a national platform for what we're doing here in little old Kinston, North Carolina. So it means so much to be able to travel across the country and share what I'm doing here in Kinston with other people. And my goal is with these national platforms and stuff to be able to inspire other young people all across the country to do great things in their community. Get involved, go to your city council meetings, clean up your streets. That's always my goal. It's not for the personal attention or fame, but to just spread our message of positivity and community service of what we're doing here in Kinston.